This dude, Laughing Hell Hotel, The Cult of Lunacy, my personal favorite, The Sauce Mike, R.I.P. for now. Funny fucking dude, New Jersey born and bred, just like me, so show him some respect. I want you guys to go crazy for my good friend, Daniel Caprio, everybody!
I'm already regretting writing music for this event. I wrote that song. That's the Otterly Ridiculous theme song. It's 2.5 minutes long. So I'm like, as I was standing over, I'm like, should I let the whole thing play and just piss people off? I thank you guys for being here. I really do. I just celebrated a few anniversaries before I get into all this stuff. The anniversary of me starting comedy was a few weeks ago. 8 years. How time flies. I figure now is time. It's time to record an album, you know? And I also had around the same time frame, the anniversary of when I lost my virginity. Why did it get so nervous in here when I said that? Is it anybody's good? Anybody. There's always one person in the audience where you had a good loss of virginity. How about you, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, where were you?
I'm actually at work.
I don't know if you could hear that. I cracked all my knuckles in my right hand hearing that. There's somebody in here who lost their virginity and they're proud of it. I'm not. When I did, the girl I was with, she asked if I knew any romantic spots around where we lived. And me being the romantic Italian I am at heart, I proceeded to drive us to an abandoned park where I knew we wouldn't be disturbed, no police activity. Just empty sliding boards, lots of places where we could fornicate. I chose my car. I then proceeded to lose my virginity in my car in under 2 minutes. That's not even the worst part. I had the audacity to look this girl dead in her face and say, "So how was that?" It must have been good. We had sex many times after that for some reason. So, her loss. Starting off mean, I guess, is what we're doing. Like I said before, I wrote the theme music to this. Music is very important in my life. So important that I wrote a sex music playlist to when I fornicate with women in my bedroom, not in my car. Does anybody have one of those? A sex playlist? I feel so strange right now. It's just all these activities I'm doing. I'm winning at life. You guys suck. I'm making sex playlists. And then when a girl asks me, she's like, "Why is this named S-Mix?" I thought I was being wise. She found out immediately. She's like, "Why is there so much Frank Sinatra on here?" I'm like, every time I've had sex, if possible, I played Frank Sinatra. It has never ruined the mood. I throw on Barry White, she knows what I'm doing. Just low-key Frank Sinatra, you can just have it on in the background. You don't have to think about it. I have funk music in that playlist. She starts to pull back a little bit. You know, she's like, "This is really, you should be fucking me harder than this." It should be thumping. S-Mix. You ever fucked to death metal? I don't recommend that. You know, you gotta have really strong hip strength. You gotta be ready to go. You gotta keep up with blast beats. I fucked one time to Cannibal Corpse, only one time. I got my balls twisted. I don't know what the medical term for that's called, but it was like a click-clack that got tied around itself. I thought of what Tom Waits would sound like if he was like a hospice, like lounge singer. Any Tom Waits fans in the audience? You look like Tom Waits. I'm glad you're a fan. Tom Waits is wonderful. He hasn't made my sex playlist yet, but like I could just imagine him in the hospice being like, and I say to myself, what a wonderful world. They're begging to die. God bless Tom Waits. Wonderful actor and singer. Is that all the music I want to do? I think. Yeah. My throat's dry. Pardon me.
Yes.
Too late. We have something set up. Audio. See music again. You know what musical mania is? You guys ever heard about that, musical mania? That is an uncontrollable urge to do something when your favorite song or genre of music comes on somewhere. That's right. My musical mania? The Village People's Macho Man. Anywhere where that's played, I have to start dancing uncontrollably and perking my nips up. 'Cause I feel that. I feel it so deep. To me, that is not a toxic masculinity example of a song. The Village People. I have no qualms about loving the Village People. I really don't. You know, fun fact about the Village People, that was not their original name of the group. That's right. When questioned, a producer came up with the name Faggy People. And they thought that was too on the nose. And then another producer said, not yet it isn't, honey, but maybe later. I like them even during their new wave period. You ever hear the album Renaissance? We're gonna move on. That's what we're doing on a Thursday night. We're talking about the Village People. And no shame in loving them. That's right. No shame in loving animals either, you know? People can get weird with animals. I don't like people that let their animals do whatever they want. No rules for your animal. You're tough as nails on your children, but the animal, there's no holding back. I had a beautiful neighbor. I miss her dearly. Her name was Carol, and she had a little Shih Tzu named Cody. I loved that dog, and I loved it too. But one time I was over Carol's apartment, and Cody was so excited to see me that he started humping my shoes. And I was just like, Carol, control your dog. He's pre-cumming on my church shoes. And she looked at me angrily. She's like, Dan, he can do what he wants. He's the king of this castle. So I never went back. I just stared at her dog outside of my blinds. I pushed the blinds and I'm like, I really miss that dog, but it just needs more discipline. And I only have so many good church shoes. Opening up, dating, online dating is gonna freaking skyrocket. I'm not looking forward to that at all. Not at all. I meet people in person now, you know? And I have been since, you know, we've had the mask mandates and everything like that. Gotta meet people in person, you know? And I also want to make money this year. So I've been writing a lot of clean jokes lately. And a lot of them involve animals. That's where the money's at, clean animal jokes. And while researching these animal jokes, I found out that a hippo, of all animals, can swallow a man whole. A whole man! That's right. So I ended up joining Hippo Tinder instead. I gotta say though, most dangerous blowjobs I've ever gotten in my life. Real toothy ones! Hey, you know, hamsters are illegal in Hawaii. You know what else is illegal in Hawaii? Dormant volcanoes! Hey, what do you call an animal, a spiky creature that delays all of its orgasms indefinitely? An hedgehog. Look at you. Every pun I don't want to do, I'm going to look right at you. An hedgehog. That's right. I love my neighbor. I miss her so much, man. I was coming home one night, and she grabs my jacket and drunkenly slurs at me. She's like, "Oh, Dan, I hear you. You got so many women coming in and out of your apartment. You're like a Casanova in this neighborhood. Oh, my God, look at my baby." And I said, "Carol, those are my cousins. We had a death in the family, and they're in town for the funeral." And she says, "You don't have to not believe in yourself, Dan. I know you're out here killing pussy." I said, "We had a death. Those are... Every woman is my cousin, my aunt. There's no sex noises. It's like they're just there." I have what people have called a non-traditional sense of romance because most of my relationships now, quote-unquote relationships, involve not friends with benefits, but what I coined as super friends. It's much more than average. We do more than help each other move couches on a goddamn weekend. We're here for each other. And let me give you an example. A couple years ago, a super friend is over my apartment, different apartment, no Carol there. And I'm in the kitchen like a good Italian. I'm making us both dinner. All of a sudden, this lady comes out of the next room unannounced and grabs my crotch violently with a vice grip. And she said, "Give me that dick right now, Daniel." She called me Daniel, so it's on. That's my Christian name. I have to operate. And I did something odd. I had a bad scenario of over-Italianing. I'm like, "Look, I got sauce on this goddamn stove. God damn it, there's no way I'm gonna let this shit to burn. You ought to go to half of the weight. You sit down and make your food for you." She sat down. She waited for this day. But wait. Gotta make him wait. All right, now I can get to the joint. I like the musical interludes. I think that was a good idea. I wrote that song too. You'll be hearing, believe me, that's not going to stop. If I have to cut out anything in this, it's probably going to be those interludes. I don't know. You ever been opening up a third condom after you went soft in the first two, and then you think to yourself, you mull it over in your head. It's like, maybe this heterosexuality thing just isn't for me. You ever had somebody you thought you really liked, and then they got a guy on the side, and they moved to a different state? Ever happened? Shook the man's hand. I shook a lot of motherfuckers' hands. It's like, why are you introducing me to the guy that's going to replace me? What sadistic motive do you women have? That's why I want to eventually become a shadow dick. Not a side guy, a shadow dick. That's the guy, it's only known between God and that hussy. I don't have to know anything. Do you know how many women that I was just fornicating with? And then they're like, we gotta put this on ice. And 2 to 7 months later, they're married. I met all these guys, and I'm not invited to any of those weddings. One of them was pregnant in that time frame. This is just my love life. This is just me to you. Oh, man. I had good relationships with my coworkers. I used to work in a Greek restaurant. That's where I got this statue from. They gave me a statue when I left. I could have used a severance package. They gave me a statue that's falling apart. I had a head chef I became very close with. His name was Costa. I think I could say that on the special. You won't get angry at me. Costa would play a very strange game with me that he called taint grab. When I used to get there in the morning and open the restaurant up, that's where he would hide in the restaurant somewhere, and I would be trying to clean something, and he would bust out and grab my taint and pull it. Be like, oh, taint pull, here we go. We got to have a good morning. And I'm like, we don't have an HR, so there's no one for me to go to. Even if I had to by law, there's nothing for me. The owner lives in Canada. He's not coming down to check out the employee practices. I love this guy. I let all that sexual hanky panky slide. I don't want to use the word assault. That's hard some days. I will walk around with a bruised asshole from a thick Greek man's fingers, pinching my butt like a balloon knot. Loved him. He loved me too. I mean, he would always say romantic things to me. He's like, oh, Daniela, I know you're feeling very down right now, Daniela. You're drinking heavily. I can feel it. But I want you to know, Daniela, I love you. I love you. You are my favorite employee. I hope you never leave here. Daniela, I want you to know how special you are to me. And if I've ever hurt you, I want you to tell me. I almost wanted to pull my pants down and just show him my purple and blue asshole. Get some pasticcio, it'll make you feel better. Oh, that's good. That's the acoustic interlude. I like that. That's a nice You can play this when you have sex or when you're talking to a Greek guy on the phone. The original place I was supposed to have this event at is down the shore in Long Branch, New Jersey. And when I went down there for comedy, I always used to notice this, especially in that area. I hate bumper stickers. I hate them. I loathe them with every inch of my being. And the worst bumper sticker I've ever seen, and I saw it down in that area, was this one. Who rescued who? Who rescued who? I hope it was the human that rescued the animal, not the other way around. It's confusing. You don't want to see some giant Great Dane being interviewed out of nowhere, just being like, it was terrible. He was spiraling into a deep heroin depression. I remember nights when I held his head in my lap and he shook and sobbed uncontrollably. It was rough. You guys having fun? The fact that I drew any women to this show is a testament to the true power of comedy and its unifying ways. Allergies. Want to hear some impressions? No, don't worry, it's not the one you think I'm going to do, because that's... Like most of this act, I am never doing some of these jokes ever again. I was praying for this special, so I'm like, I never have to do these jokes that people beg me to do. This is Al Pacino. 63 Earths can fit inside your anus. Challenge accepted! My anal walls are ready to push the dimensions. 2 for 1, just for you. My mom tells me to do impressions of people I can't even do now. She was like, when you do your special, don't forget to do your Asian man impression. I'm like, are you not up on anything right now? We got somebody in the audience who tried to personally cancel Tony Hinchcliffe. Way to stick up for a fellow comedian. I'm not doing an Asian man. Not touching that, but hey, you want to do it? You got to live with the consequences, you know? An Asian friend of mine, a 6'5" Asian model, some of you may, I probably shouldn't name him, but 6'5" Asian model / comedian, some of you in this building know him, called me a guilo at a Chinese restaurant with another Asian friend of his as we all ate noodles. For anybody that's not up on this terminology, guilo means round eye. It's a derogatory slur, I found out. And I looked at him angry. I'm like, hey man, you can't call me that. I have astigmatism, motherfucker. My eyes are oblong. That's right. I dedicate this set to everybody who says I don't write impressions. Yeah, no, that's I used to drink a lot to music like that. You ever drink so much you think your vision, you have HD vision? No? Nobody's ever been in Hooters and every titty looks like it's in 5K? You ever take acid? Yeah? I gotta sit down for this one. I take acid, but for religious reasons. That's right, so a lot of you are doubting me on that, but it's true. Last time I took acid, I went out into the woods and I took acid to have a religious experience. The only thing that happened, though, I was robbed by a witch. I was robbed. And as she was robbing me, she also put a curse on me at the exact same time. She's like, your children are going to be born malformed. They're going to come out crippled. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I'd really just rather have that $27 I had in my wallet back. I mean, I don't even plan on having kids, you know? If they come out with one arm, I mean, look at my lifestyle. You know? Don't ever take acid and then take a dump as well. Because at the campground I did that, and before I sat on the bowl, the toilet started talking to me. And it said, Daniel, you should really get your kidneys looked at. It's very discolored. I don't even want to know what's coming next. And I fucking shut the bowl and I shit in the woods. Brave the witch. Get all that pissing and shitting out before you drop tabs. Relating to the youth now. I used to lie about my age to potential mates. I don't do that anymore, you know? Nobody knows how old I am. Oh no, the one guy that does know how old I am, he left. I walked, give it up, guys, one more time for Liam Wolf. The reason, Tom didn't go into it, I was kicked off that podcast by Liam. Former former co-host of Foul Housemates. No, I was just listening to old episodes. Oh, here he comes. Good. Yeah, it sounds like James Bond, doesn't it? A little bit. I was marathon during the pandemic, just doing what I could. I don't know what you guys were up to when the lockdown first started. I did the only thing that I could do. I watched a 2.5-hour documentary about Dick Warlock. For anybody that's unfamiliar with this man, a very famous Hollywood stuntman. He played Michael Myers in Halloween 2. He was the Shape. Dick Warlock, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that name is perfect! Dick Warlock, especially when he was coming up in the industry in the late 70s, early 80s. Dick Warlock? My penis has been called many things throughout my life. Beautiful? By multiple super friends. Too much? Warlike? Smooth as silk? But never a phallic wizard. Dick Warlock. It's the best porn name that's never not been stolen. Dick Warlock. Now I'm gonna piss people off. Any Catholics in the audience? Any? Yeah. Good memories of going to school. You ever go to Catholic school?
Yes.
Yeah? You ever jerk off in church?
No.
No? You didn't play doctor early in your life? And then you're like, how am I getting away with this? Because my friend was watching me. He caught me and the girl, like, you know, we thought eyes weren't on us. And to this day, he has never told a soul. That's amazing, man. The guilt didn't get him. My 7-year-old cock was in my hand. He saw my dick. He saw her pussy. I mean, we're all the same age. There's no adults involved in any of this. I don't understand how people can take Catholicism seriously as they grow into an adult, you know? It's like, how can I take your religion seriously when your leader has a hat that resembles a cake decoration? I thought, why are those hats so fucking obnoxiously big? And I thought to myself, maybe as an inside joke in the Catholic Church, the height of their hat is in relation to how much they're packing. They don't ever have to say anything. It's just like, hey, buddy, man, hey, Cardinal. How much you slanging, man? And he's like, follow the length of my hat. How much girth? Follow the width. Would you like to see?
Oh my God.
Pandemic, no more Jehovah's Witnesses. No more. By law, you know? Why, when Hurricane Katrina happened, why did they only help other Jehovah's Witnesses in Hurricane Katrina? Did they not remember Christ's message? He helped whores. Do you realize how many hoes were out of a house down in New Orleans when this fucking natural disaster happened? Not very Christ-like. Jehovah's, we saw Jehovah. That's not what the fucking book we read says to call him. I almost just got an aneurysm. I don't know if that was from the God that I serve or the fact that I need to cut salt and bang energy drinks down. Tom Zappia told me to go out of my last job with a bang. I drank 6 bang energy drinks. They sent me home sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what else makes me sick? You guys ever drive by a Christian Science reading room?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like if Dracula opened up a bookstore? When they're like, why is it so dark in here? Why is it so goddamn dark? Didn't Christ say, let there be light? Illuminate your propaganda for me. I'm good at fixing things. I'm gonna fix this whole set. Good at fixing things around the house, doorknobs, fix my washing machine from wobbling. You know who's not good at fixing things? Mormons. How do you fuck a whole state up? How do you do it? Answer, you take it from who was there already, and then just, oh, that separation of church and state, we must have missed that part. Yeah, there's got to be way more room for these $50 million skyscraper temples. That's right, man. I don't trust any religion with no discernible alpha males in it whatsoever. You ever shake a Mormon's hand? It's like it's ready to break like a breadstick. Why do they all sound like Ned Flanders? Like, howdy ho, howdy ho, we're moving out to Provo soon. You ever been out to Provo? I'm like, I put Provo on my fucking sandwiches. I don't want to move there. The fuck is wrong with you? This land belongs to Native Americans. You will never find an alpha male in Mormonism, man. No Tyrone, Chad, Stephen, Hogarth, Pookie, none of it in Mormonism. You may find a Hezekiah, but I guarantee you he won't be a Jew. He'll be some desert-dwelling Mormon. They got a real thing for names in Mormonism. That's right. The founder of Mormonism was born in Sharon, Vermont. Just to let you know the beta maleness of the beginning. Where were you born, sir? I look up to you and idolize you. Sharon. I was born in Sharon, Vermont? You know they couldn't stay there. You know? They really love Brigham Young. Brigham Young. We put this man's image in our house. We hang his likeness up. Our children look up to this man in reverence. Who am I pointing at? He kind of does look like Brigham Young. Brigham Young, 44 wives. Couldn't get enough. 44 wives, 5 of them underage. One was 14. Brigham Young, he lived up to his name, Brigham Young. They brought him young. The Utah Jazz should have won the second series they had with the Chicago Bulls. I don't hate Utah that much. I can level, right, Angelo? Shout out Karl Malone, deadbeat dad of the century, Karl Malone. This is the kind of music I play when I'm on my way to a funeral. And I think about my mortality every now and then, you know, my funeral. I want to keep the fun in my funeral. I want that, man. I don't want anything serious. I want everybody that's at my funeral to want to be there, you know? So I thought, like, I want to be buried naked in a glass casket, opened, somehow with an erection, the hardest erection I ever had in life, and continuing on into death. And I want the guests at my funeral to play a game of ring toss with onion rings. I want my whole coffin to be outlined in dollar bills. So whoever gets the onion ring on my erect dick could keep all the cash. Because what am I going to do with it? I can't take that with me. Why not give back to all my comedy buddies? That's my way of giving back to you. People ask me, they're like, Dan, much like Brigham Young, do you have heroes in your life? And I say, all my heroes are dead. And then a clueless person asked me, they're like, but how's your dad doing? And I said, he's still my hero. You ever get a phone call from the funeral home and you think like, oh, I got an urn of my dad. That was beautiful. You know, like I hold that urn in reverence to my heart. They're like, hey, remember that first urn we gave you? Turns out we have more of your dad here. A whole nother urn. So now I have two urns. And I thought, I'm like, my dad was cremated. There's nothing in this casket. Why is this so heavy? What, did they weight it down with more urns? Why do they call it an urn anyway? It's not like it appreciates in either monetary or familiar value. I didn't earn this. They could have just given me a dustbuster and been like, well, we fucked up. Put that next to the first urn. I have nightmares about my funeral sometimes. I have nightmares that Randy Newman is going to invade my naked funeral. And Randy Newman is also going to be naked, and he's going to be serenading my casket. It's terrible. He's just like, you got a friend in me. I say you got a friend in me. You're sitting in your permanent bed. Got 1,000-count thread for your head. That's more than my fucking bed sheets at this point. Why is Randy Newman torturing me? Short people just the same as you and I, except when they're dead. Get a little shorter. A terrifying scenario. You know what you should never do at a funeral? You should never whistle. My roommates, for some reason, possibly Adderall, when I'm not looking, have been whistling throughout this pandemic. It's driving me nuts. You know what? Take your whistling dedication to a funeral. Whistle at the corpse. You love it, don't... Is that how you want to fucking live your life? Is this how you treat the dead? My ex used to do something similar. She loved to say "aw" at everything. Anything cute, she would say "aw." Like, "Oh, look at the little puppy. He's reaching. It's like he's eating his lunch with his hands. Aw." You know, anybody ever had a significant other like that? Yeah. You know what I say? Take that dedication to the same funeral. Say "aw" to the corpse. Do that for me. It's like, oh, would you look at that? Oh, they matched his tie with his handkerchief. Oh, they matched his skin tone with his face and hands. Oh, that's difficult. Oh, he was a pimp in life, and they kept the purple gaiters on him so he could be a pimp in death as well. Oh. I gave that same girlfriend when we were going out. When you're in a relationship, you have to stand head and shoulders above every other person that they've been with. You gotta stand out and be unique. Don't be a shadow dick. Be a good, unique man. You know? One year for Christmas, she told me she wanted a platypus. And I got it for her. And those are illegal in this country. So I had to go through a lot of shady Italian businessmen to procure this animal. And one day, I get a phone call out of the blue because she would pet it mercilessly, day in and day out. Loved it. One day I get a phone call and they say, is this Daniel Caprio? I said, yes, this is he. And they said, this is the hospital. Your girlfriend's been poisoned. I say, how? How did that happen? They're like, have you come in contact with a platypus recently? And I said, no. And I hung up the phone and I hightailed it to that hospital. When I got there, it was a depressing sight. I saw my girl laid out on the cold, sterile hospital bed with the white sheet. And I just thought to myself, you know, because this was around Christmas time, you know, and she wasn't saying anything to me. And I said, look, I can't deal with this level of communication. If we're not going to talk to one another, it's over. And I'm done. So she didn't see her family for that Christmas, and I cheated 2 weeks later. But I didn't look at it that way. Because there's another funeral joke that I wanted to do. I feel like I'm forgetting it now. If anybody remembers, shout it out. We can edit this. Closed casket, money in the casket, I have an erection, singing, whistling.
When you sign the thing, you come.
Thank you. You know, the music that I wrote threw me off. I started thinking about fucking, I'm supposed to think about dying. See, I told the joke too fast. You know, it's like, these go in order. That's why there's several pauses. Just like 3. I don't know if any of you love going to funerals, but this side's probably just like, oh, we go every week. It's a fun time. We see all our friends there, catch up. It's depressing to me now. I have 2 fucking urns. I don't want to go to any more funerals. I mean, I'm sorry. If you want to get back at somebody, here's how you do it at a funeral. If you're hungover, you don't even know the people that you went to the funeral at. You know that sign-in book in the very beginning, like in the doorway? Grab it, grab that gold pen, sign whatever name you want in there. Any name whatsoever. That way when they go home and look at it and reminisce about all their friends that they haven't seen in a while, they're like, oh my God, it was so good to see Susan again. I haven't seen her in 14 years. She came out with her whole family to support us in our time of need. But, wait, who is Anthony Ice Pick Stagnucci? How do we know this man? Why did he dot the I with a smaller ice pick? Anthony, help me get that platypus. That's what I forgot to say. Platypus. You laid on the music. All right, now I'm going to the 9/11 material. That's it. There are people in this room that forgot 9/11 multiple times throughout the fucking decades. How do you forget 9/11? How do you do that? It's in the fucking name. How? I want to fucking know. That burns me. 9/11's got another anniversary coming up. Another one. That's right. I remember just like yesterday, just like when it was 9/11, when 9/11 turned 18 years old. That's right. That means that now 9/11 is old enough to die in the war that it started. Let's get it going. Lace up. Time for revenge. I want revenge on everybody that forgets 9/11. Thought of a good business move? 9/11 energy drinks. I am hyped on energy drinks right now. What about 9/11 energy drinks? Then I thought of the name. Twin Towers. With a Z. Twin Towers. twice the amount of energy for your darkest days, also with a Z. Cue Wake Me Up Inside by Evanescence. Already got a theme song. I didn't even have to fucking write it. And they gotta have some sort of promotional time. If you drink enough 9/11 energy drinks, Twin Towers, you get the Pentagon. That's 5 times the energy. You didn't even see it coming. You ever think that some people, I don't mean to be, bring people down. I don't know, like, what your personal involvement with 9/11 is, but you ever think of some people that perished in 9/11 was due to some really hard prayers by some very spiritually astute people? You think that? It's just like, please, God, I beg you, my God, Jehovah, don't let Susan come home tomorrow. I don't care if you have to fucking make a roof collapse on her fucking head. I want that bitch gone! And then they were like, God, the power of prayer. Now I feel terrible about this. Gonna edit that one out. Oh, there's more 9/11, don't worry. You can never get enough, I thought I was walking somebody. I don't like when people take the day of 9/11 and that's the day that they choose to post a very aggravated status update on social media about their significant other. They have to defame their ex on 9/11. It's like, I'm tired of dating all these sociopathic, abusive, narcissistic assholes. I'm like, do you not know what day it is today? We are in mourning. Take that mourning somewhere else. I'll win you back. Because capitalism will prevail. That's what I could take comfort in. Capitalistic jokes. Capitalism led to the 9/11 Museum, which some of you in here have been to. I don't agree that they should have a 9/11 museum. I'm not on board with that. And I know it's only a matter of time until they open the 9/11 restaurant. Possibly in the 9/11 museum. Like, what kind of goofy-ass menu items would be at the 9/11 restaurant? Like, you open up the greasy-ass menu, it's like, Bush did it, pan-seared chicken. Temperature that steel beams melt, habanero wings. Al Gore invented the internet, hash browns. They always forget my hash browns. Every fucking restaurant diner I've ever been to. Not at the 9/11 restaurant, we don't, sir. We don't forget anything here. You may know a certain Jew with a bad haircut that forgets 9/11 every 3 years. But we promise, 9/11 restaurant, we never forget. The 9/11 restaurant. Have some stupid goofy, like, ding, 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 9/11 restaurant. As the end light, after like, oh, we didn't like the realistic joke. We want the fucking joke where it's menus and fucking eating. This really accurately represents how I feel inside right now. I like that part. That's the percussion interlude. I can't stand right now. I apologize that it's so fucking hot in here. Well, the air conditioning is on. You ever fuck with no AC?
Yeah, it sucks.
John, just I went so hard on that 9. Maybe God's cursing me right now about just like, you thought that was too much 9/11 material? You were right. I think I did everything. I promised myself I wouldn't look at any no cards. I mean, that's not cheating what I'm doing. You know, these are in order. These are for you guys. This whole show's for you. Normally gets an applause break, but I could deal with silence. You know, it's like amazing. Had a lot of bombs leading up to this set. You know, just trying this material out for months. Can't remember it anyway. You know, what am I leaving out? What's your favorite?
Always closing.
What?
Terminator.
Hookers?
Terminator. Terminator hookers.
Evil Marie Sanders.
Your clothes.
No more impressions. I'm done. I'm never doing another impression again.
Aliens.
Any oh yeah. Anybody ever been approached by a prostitute before?
Yeah.
Let's keep it light. Prostitutes. I was in a New Brunswick train station a few years ago, and for anybody that doesn't know, those trains are never known for being on time. So I'm just trying to make it up the Exorcist stairs to the platform, and at the bottom were two hookers, and one of them was very aggravated at me that I wasn't down to purchase her wares that evening. And she starts screaming at me over the top of the music I have in my headphones. She's like, "Well, you can't handle this pussy anyway, motherfucker!" I didn't miss a beat. I pulled my cell phone out and I showed her. I'm like, "Well, check out this old C-section video of my mom, lady. Apparently I couldn't handle her pussy either. Do you see this head? You think it was naturally birthed in a bathtub? My mom had to have an S-section like in Prometheus." Now it's got a big brain in it, and I can't remember closing jokes. You know, during the pandemic, as I was mainlining the Dick Warlock documentaries, I started watching on Netflix a pseudo-documentary show, and I know some of you in here watch it. It's called Goop, hosted by Gwyneth Paltrow and some psychics. And this whole show is focused on healing crystals and chakra things and vagina-scented candles. Vagina... It's like, it doesn't smell like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. What vagina are we talking about? I'm waiting for a dozen candles in the mail. I want to know what they are going to smell like. That's right, I bought 12 candles. Because if you buy 12, you get the 13th for free. That's a great deal on pussy any way you slice it. But the Gwyneth Paltrow vagina scented candle, like I said, what vagina are we talking about? Is it the stock vagina, the vagina you're used to? Is it the I just ran 14 miles, now I'm at home scented candle? Or is it the I was just at my side guy's house, now I'm here at your house scented candle? I don't like that candle. I don't light it. Get that fucking candle out of here. I'm sick of it. I don't even like Yankee candles. I think they make my whole house like smell nauseatingly fresh. I don't want to wake up to an entire house smelling like pussy. I want to wake up and eat cereal. I do. But I also want pussy. So the capitalistic entrepreneur that I am, I thought of some pussy-scented cereals that maybe America can enjoy. Like Bruised Berry. Honey Snatch. Lucky Charms / Lucky Cunts. Or, Cunty Charms / Lucky Cunts. We'll edit that. Reese's Peanut Butter Puffed Lips. My friend said it was too long. I said it's not long enough. And my all-time favorite cereal, Cinnamon Toast Cunt. Just by the spoonful. I just want to... I knew I really missed this during the. That's what it's been. I could just eat cereal the whole pandemic. It just satiate myself. Thank you. I know you guys wouldn't, but I would have sex with aliens. I'd do it. I'd have sex with the xenomorph alien from Ridley Scott's Alien series and Prometheus. That's right. Not for the reasons you're thinking of. Because it automatically, it drools, it's very tall, it's sleek, it has 2 mouths. But as I'm caressing its giant phallus-shaped head, it doesn't have any eyes. So I can look lovingly in its face and never lose my erection in a condom. Because I don't want to get my dick burned. I'm just kidding. I would fuck Marvin the Martian. Too late. Going to the Marvin the Martian bit. I lied about doing impressions. I'd fuck Marvin the Martian. I would. You could do it. Fuck cartoon aliens if you feel like it. Why not? We're all man-children in here. I'm kind of sadistic, too. Like, I'm normally a nice lover, but I would make him wear that helmet the entire time we fornicate with one another. And he's just looking at me. He's like, it's really starting to get, like, hot in here. Maybe I could just, like, take the helmet off for 5 minutes as I give you fellatio. Maybe I got sweat dripping in my eyes. Just erase that. Oh, I'm walking somebody. Good. I was waiting for that. Hope you guys are having a good time. I hope everybody's asshole is just sweaty. I hope that you regret coming here tonight. I'm really aggravated that and I told people not to do this, but they're like, I understand people couldn't make it here tonight. I get it. You do not have to message me all night long saying, hey, I can't make it here, i.e., I was never gonna go, but I want to save face and just tell you this shit anyway. Break a leg. Half a dozen people. Yeah, fuck half a dozen people and counting. Hope Anthony Ice Pick Stagnucci breaks their legs. Where am I at on time?
58:32.
Fuck yeah! I'm not done. What bits am I missing? We will edit the shit out of this. What? Yeah, we'll do that at the very end. What?
Burger King.
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to open with this. But I had the anniversary shit to do. Yeah, guys, oh, hello. My name is Daniel Alphonse Caprio. And I am a former member of the Burger King Kids Club. That is the worst thing I've ever said to a woman as a first impression, and she still fornicated me without protection. I've loved Burger King for so long, even though I gave up fast food in 2012. Gave up fast food in 2012, but I gave up fast dick in 2011. That's right. Imagine how difficult glory holes were to give up, you know? I don't know whether I'm fucking, sucking. It's a real pickle. When I was young, my brother and I loved Burger King more than anything in the world. And My mom chooses to get us all excited one night. She gets us huddled in the station wagon. She's like, come on, guys, we're going to Burger King. Get in the car. Fight for the front seat. She chooses to tell us at the next light, she says, guys, I know you're excited about going to Burger King and everything, but I have some really heavy news to tell you. Your father and I are getting a divorce. And you would think that I would feel crestfallen hearing this information. Young 7-year-old Dan. I didn't miss a beat. I looked my mom dead in her eyes and said, look, Mom, divorce notwithstanding, are we still going to Burger King? I cried there. I cried right in my Whopper Jr. She's like, oh, honey, did they put too many onions on your Whopper Jr.? I like your marriage! Oh, God, I can feel my dad's heart breaking in my chest. Not even in the urn yet. I didn't earn that laugh. I didn't earn a lot of these laughs. I am going to edit in so much of my own laughter to this special. Oh, man. What did you say before?
Oh, the bit?
Yeah.
Fingers.
Any others I'm missing? No, we did. We're done with that. I'm done with fucking Mormons, man.
What's your opinion on fucking yourself?
I don't know if I have one, sir. Oh, I would definitely. No, I definitely have sex with an identical twin. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. I would have sex with myself only if the identical twin was shorter than I was and wore an evil eye patch. You ever get a blowjob from a twin of the opposite sex? I'm not fucking twin men, you know. No, but I think that's kind of unique. I haven't run into too many people in my life that have had sex with somebody's twin. But I gotta say, I don't recommend it, you know? Because the girl I was with was giving me a world-class fucking Hummer. And I still think about it to this day. That's how deep this shit goes in my brainstem. But as I was about to climax, her face morphed into her brother's, which I am also good friends with. So I had a dilemma on my hands. I could finish that act and live with that shame for the rest of my life, or I can use a religious excuse and run out of the room screaming to my Christ. I chose the earlier one. And as I'm getting worked up by this girl, I'm like, oh, Gary! And she's like, Dan, are you like thinking about my brother while I'm doing this to you? I'm like, no, I was thinking of Gary V. I've been really trying to get more positivity in my life. But watching Gary V nonstop. Your face morphed into Gary Vanderchuck. I'm fucked. Thank you. I never have to do this closing bit ever again. It's so when I don't even remember how it goes. This oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, thank you, Sean Malloy. For I don't want to be known as a prop comic, but you know, like let me see if this joke works because this ties into it. Have you guys ever heard of something called Boat Angel?
Yeah.
You have? Do you know what is that?
Donate a boat. Right?
To who?
To children.
Right.
Yeah.
But they don't get the boat. They get money donated to them. But what about the boat? All I can picture in my head is like some sad orphan pirate child. He's like, Mommy, when is Daddy coming home? I missed the call of the high sea. And she's like, Yar, we got in touch with Boat Angel and we're gonna take care of you. You'll be back to your love of the high sea in no time. But for right now, let's mourn the loss of your dad. God bless Boat Angel. One more musical interlude. I said one.
It has a delay on it.
I didn't put the delay on it. I delayed this special enough tonight. I need no more delays. Fucking Steve Poston had these fucking things framed for me, and we're blocking. Some assholes wanted this whole wall covered. I said, this represents me as well. God bless these people. And God bless all of my old friends. Every one of them. Including the friends that I used to go over their houses and play video games all night long. All night. That's right. One weekend, I just wanted to go and drink Jolt Cola and play Sega Genesis with my friend. That's it. Unfortunately, that was the night that his parents decided, we want to make love. And I would like to do this joke in honor of my good friend who will not be named, who reminded me to do it, as Liam Neeson / that Irish angry sea captain. As I think back to my childhood memories, there's certain things that I had to give up, can't do anymore. And one of those things was video games. Had to give it up. I remember I went over to my mate's house. We were supposed to play video games, get all caffeinated up. Just a couple good old boys, you know? Maybe piss my pants several times and have it photographed. Let's change my pants, piss in those. Maybe throw on some basketball shorts to mix it up and shit in them. Before I could do all that, that was the night that his parents decided they want to make love during our video game escapades. And it's one thing to get over the creaks, the moans, the rolling around on the floor. But it is another thing entirely to see your friend's psychotic Italian dad violently run down the stairs, shove his whole head in your face and say, "Hey kid, smell these fingers!" What was I gonna do? This guy will probably kill me if I don't listen to what he says. I'm wired, but I'm also horny for some reason. I took a big whiff of this guy's fingers. And I looked at him, and the only thing that could come to my mind is, "Hey, mister, how come your hand smells like you've been rolling pennies all afternoon?" Okay. Did I do everything?
Yes.
Is that it?
Tattoo.
What? Yeah, let's end there. No, I don't want to do that joke ever again. Good, thank you. God bless you, the God of Jehovah. Not that Mormon God. I'll end with this, and you never have to talk to me again after this. I know this person doesn't. I don't understand. I mean, gaudy tattoos are one thing, but when they get involved with my erection again, we got a problem. I was fornicating with a super friend of mine, and she has a giant chest tattoo that's an R.I.P. tattoo to her mom. Which what I thought was held up by two pigeons, turns out it's two turtle doves with a big banner, the date, and her mom's full name. Right in my line of sight, as I try to maintain an erection and thrust. And I'm trying to avoid sweating on this at the same time. And she gets at me with this. She says, "Dan, if you're close to coming, you can come here if you like." And I didn't. Because not only is that morally reprehensible, I found out that it is illegal in New Jersey to ejaculate on an effigy. So I came in her eyebrows. My name is Daniel Caprio. What a way to end. Thank you. This was Otterly Ridiculous. I didn't mention one thing about the title. I thank all of you for coming here. I thank Tom Zappia. I thank Liam Burdett. I thank Carl Callan. I thank all of you guys. I thank the Wawa Social Club, Aaron Wohlberg for giving you guys drinks. I hope it really hit you by the end of this. And thank you so much. This really means a lot to me, and I love all of you. Good night.
Amazing.
Thank you.